I have thrown my phone up on a Facebook live stream. Look for G.I. Jones on Facebook. You'll find me as a photographer. It should be public, so you should be able to direct people to it. Again, that's on my G.I. Jones Facebook. Go for it. Go like the stream. Go watch the stream. Of course, send your friends here. That'd be much better. And we're off.
If they could make it, yeah, we can go to MRDJ very quickly for him in Japan. Number 42, how about the heels there?
Number 2, Kabukimono steals 1 point to start the scoring for this game. Let's go through the rosters real quick as we start the second jam.
I figure you want to go ahead and take on.
I might know Glenmore a little better than me, that's correct. So I will start with that. I do have some history with them. The 0-0 Dodging Balls, 1349 Racer, 29 Pads, 30 Graffiti P, 338 Fluster Clock, 403 Rice Ball, and to the track, and I'll finish this in a second. So Rice Ball out on the track against U2 with the jammer struck.
U2, the team captain for New Japan, usually really great at leading everyone on the track, but it looks like U2 is going to take a trip to the penalty box. Starting off, giving them a power jam for GLENMORE.
Didn't quite catch the penalty, but that is true. Rice Ball out of the pack first will take lead on this, the second jam of the game.
You know, we always talk about momentum and tempo going into the game. And starting off with a power jam in the second jam like this is a really important scenario for GLENMORE. Let them set the tempo of the game and get ahead a couple points.
That's right, and Rice Ball pushes his way through the pack. He had a little help from offense. It didn't exactly work, so he ended up having to go up one-on-one against the opposing team. Pushed them as they went out, but a no-pass, no penalty, and comes around for another scoring pass. U2 off the penalty box and onto the track. U2
trying really hard there, breaking through that back wall, but he gets into the penalty box for a low block on the outside, leaving GLENMORE get another power jam.
No, that's not right. GLENMORE is going to send Rice Ball to the box. He's going to sit down for a couple seconds and get released. As U2 is released as soon as Rice Ball sits down, we are back into the game with both jammers out of the penalty box.
This is absolutely incredible. 4-man circle of death on the back here from GLENMORE. Just holding it down, staying in front of U2, making it very difficult for him to get through. And just as soon as it breaks up, they are back together in the front.
There you go, and then causes some disturbance in the force, which Rice Ball sees, gets through the pack. U2 finally pushing his way through and out. Both jammers on the scoring pass.
Especially having trouble here, not completing his initial pass until just now, really puts him in a bad position going forward at the rest of the jam.
And there you go. The jam comes to a natural end. 4 points on the board for MRDJ against GLENMORE's 14 points. The score set to 15-5 right now. Only the second jam repeat.
Only the second jam, and it is incredibly fast-paced. Both of these teams really looking to set the pace and show the other team exactly what they're made of early in this game. No holds barred.
Okay, and into the fray, we have Fluster Clock for the first time with 338, going against number 136, Soto, the star for Japan.
I'm really enjoying Fluster Clock here, trying aggressively to search for that line. Inside, outside, he is just poking his
Gets knocked to the inside. It's knocked to the inside on the cut of the track penalty as a penalty. As a penalty is given to one of the Japan skaters for a low line. Zoro out there on his own on the power track.
And Zoro's going to get a take by Fluster Clock. Already back out of the box. Not a whole lot of quick turnaround time in there.
That was a quick swap, and Fluster Clock trying to take a whip off of Death. No, number 52. He goes around and gets down low, slides a little bit, but makes it out of the back as does Zoro.
Exceptional blocking by the Red Bull there on New Japan. Really just put dead Fluster Clock. He recovers quickly and made his way around.
Honeybag takes a hard fall as he tries to jump around the pack and get to the front to assist his blockers. Bouncing up, forward, up, and in Fluster through the pack and out with 4 trying to help him too flustered now going against Honey Badger and Red Bull and not having any success until finally he launches Honey Badger out of the way and gets to the back.
You know, I hear Honey Badgers don't care very much, but Honey Badger definitely put in the effort at the front there, trying to stop Cluster Club.
And Zorro popped out.
And this Mad Piper from Glenmore picking up the back block, leaving like a little compromise going into this next jam. Down a blocker, 3 blockers on the track for Glenmore, going into the 4th jam.
Woo! That was fun. We're only on 3rd jam. Feels like we've played half a game out there. All jams so far, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The first one did not, but the other 2 went the full 2 minutes.
The full conclusion.
So that is
Ric Flair fan call there.
yeah, well, that's the thing I picked up from Fairbanks. I don't know if you noticed. Those Fairbanks skaters like doing the old woo Ric Flair thing. Of course, as you can hear by the lack of repetition, they are not in the building right now.
You know, if I were them, I'd be sleeping too. It was definitely a heck of a body issue.
Well, yeah, definitely. I would love to be sleeping, except with my time zone change, I was up bright and early at 5:37 this morning, as I'm sure anybody else from Canada and North America probably were.
Yeah, well, I was up at 7, but I started off my morning breakfast of champions, pretty much like a half pound of bacon and some coffee. So you really can't go wrong. And that's American bacon, not Canadian bacon. I'm not judging.
Big difference. Well done. It is a difference. American versus Canadian bacon.
I'm not saying one's better than the other.
Well, one is better than the other, but I won't discuss which one. The score right now sitting 24, Glenmore Reservoir Dogs 7 for MRDJ. We're on our 3rd jam, going into the 4th. We have an official timeout. Officials have a little bit of a chat in the middle, making sure everybody's on the same page. Always key. You don't want one official calling one thing one way and the next calling the other. It confuses the skaters.
Yeah, we got to stay on the same page, especially when communicating with working the table and making sure everybody is on the same page as far as communication, because that's something we don't always have as officials. You know, it's difficult to see sometimes you get instructed by skaters, especially when they're getting taller. It's hard to see things sometimes. Now, while we have a quick break here while the officials are going, I'm going to go ahead and run down the roster for Ninja Japan real quick. We've got 0242 Pork Chop Express, 136 Zoro, 2 Kabukimoto, 3 Harakiri, 4 Mayugi Born Dai, 615 Red Bull, number 8 Naruto, number 9 Honey Badger, designated alternate today, number 6 Chuckbreaker, and last but not least, team captain, number 1 U2.
And of course, that leads me to finish the second half of my roster that I did not finish with. We got to Rice Ball, number 403. Then, as you can see on the track right now, number 42, Sparky Levine. Number 52, Dev Knowles. Number 73, Mad Piper. 95, Scotty Johnny Foster. And number 98, Show Me Your Hits.
That is not a pun at all.
No, and it is happening. I don't know if I've seen him hit anybody yet. He is out on the track now, I think, because I don't see him on the bench.
Speaking of showing his, there it is here.
And Sparky winds up to get into the pack, and he goes and sees the outside, but gets knocked out. He has so much momentum and easy, and then the Japanese blocker just popped him out, and that momentum kept him going into turn 1.
That's something you always notice in men's derby. They pick up so much momentum so quickly. It can be just that much easier to dislodge people. Like number 2, in the lead jam in Japan, and number 42 for Glenmore.
Sparky's going to head to the penalty box.
Someone's a little bit naughty. A little too sparky, I think. Lukimoto really pushing up against 1.5. That's raging for Glenmore, but Lukimoto picks up 5 points on a grand slam pass.
And
Light on the home there.
Dodger balls cut right into the middle of the apex. It's a hiccup that's happened a few times this weekend. It's that apex, for whatever reason, the roll. You see the blue line there. Makes it look like that's the track if you're used to blue lines, and you don't even notice the pink one, and you cut the apex.
I feel sorry for the color line folks. A lot of that's why we have purple lines. And it looks like Lukimoto taking the trip to the penalty box for our
Sparky Levine came onto the track, ended up in the legal procedure, and look what he entry. He came in ahead of his players, and suffered a penalty for that.
Always a rough situation, but it looks like they'll both be back on the track very shortly. Lukimoto already back on the pack, fighting against that trial of death in the back there. Getting blocked and taken care of.
the cycle and back into the back.
Really, really having a hard time making his way through there. Dodger Ball is doing a great job blocking and just constructing left and right. No matter where Tomodachi goes, he's there.
And another jam going to his full 250.
Lining up this time for Glenmore, we've got number 403, Rice Ball. Going up against number 242, Pork Chop Express. I've been really impressed with Rice Ball's play going in the first couple jams here. Just very aggressive, knows where to find the lines, and he knows where to find the line on the outside. Lead jammer, Glenmore. Not to be shown up, Pork Chop Express, making his way around, but he ends up in the penalty box for a cutting penalty.
And there you go. Rice Ball through the back, 5 points in the air for him. And into the back, Rice Ball sees the inside line, gets through another 5 points as they sit with no jammer. Pork Chop Express getting ready. And Rice Ball communicating with his blockers. You can hear him yell, everybody, and they do just that. Everybody goes.
That's a very common thing you see a whole lot here, and their team is excellent at executing. Split them apart, jammer comes up, call it, and then they just go in for that pincer technique, break up the wall, and let Pork Chop continue to get through. Oh, I'm sorry, Rice Ball get through, and chalk up those points.
Rice Ball, some good patience there. Instead of juking out of the way, he just waited. Watched the blockers, anticipated juke, and then just moved out of his way and went to the hole.
Yeah, well, Honey Badger picking up a penalty there for blocking as well doesn't hurt either.
Knocked to the outside, Rice Ball recycled. Pork Chop having a rough time up front against that strong and low Glenmore Reservoir Dogs wall. You'll notice that their blocking technique involves almost tabletop position to lock down the blocker.
Well, when you have your center of gravity really low like that, centered over your skates, that's exactly where you want to be. You truly become an immovable object. If it works for the skates, of course.
Exactly. Well, right now, Pork Chop is an immovable object. And he did not move.
Incredible jam for Glenmore there. Picking up 25 points to men's roller derby. I'm sorry, 28 points to men's roller derby Japan. 0 points.
That's the announcer's curse. You say the points, they're going to throw more on. So it's almost like if you say the points and you really want to help the team, they'll just keep adding points every time you say what the points are.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to encourage them sometimes.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I like to think that if we weren't encouraging, there wouldn't be doing it, right?
And official timeout as we confirm the points that are being handed out. Score right now sitting 56-15 for Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. We've got 19 minutes and 23 seconds left in this first half of the game. And brought to my attention during the break there, the fact that number 136, Zorro, has been either ejected or he left the track for some reason. I have to verify what it is exactly, but Zorro is no longer sitting on the bench, and I'm getting a hand sign from Nomad that it's the old thumb to the back there, which is an ejection. So I don't know what the situation is. We'll find that out when we get a chance.
All we know is something egregious this early.
Or unsafe. So unsafe situations, it can be polite and unsafe too, though. Slice the plug out of the back first. We'll get the lead for the Dogs.
And a quick penalty pickup for number 134. That's Razor for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. One thing I really appreciate about these teams is they do not mess around when getting to that box. They hurry up, get in there, circle time, and get out. And looks like number 1, that's U2 for Japan, makes his way through. Gets his initial pass.
U2 is out of the box. Comes around for a scoring pass. Flusterclub catches that. Goes down, catches, calls off, gets 2 points.
Seeing Fluster Clutch as a coach and a player is just absolutely incredible. His game awareness is on point. And then it's an incredible advantage for him and his team when he's jamming and knowing the best time to call it off in these jams.
It's One of the things they practice is situational awareness on the track, where the opposing team's failure is, what to do after you've offensed and fall to defense, and they're very good at switching between the two playing techniques. You'll notice that as we go on in the game. Spark the beat up there with the star on full dogs.
Not to a good ahead. Picks up the lead jammer, but gets knocked out.
Gets knocked out by Jeff now, but Devno follows him up, so he's coming back on the track. But that gives Sparky Levine enough time to get on the track, forcing the call off by Noriko.
Excellent play by Glenmore. Just absolutely tenacious, pushing past and taking advantage of every single opening that they get. Looks like starting the line of people for Glenmore, we've got a rice ball coming back. The return of the rice ball. I had some out there saying about rice ball.
I heard somebody in Tokyo mentioning the fact that rice ball is almost a form of measurement in Japan.
I have heard that, yes.
Yeah, quite interesting. So I don't know if he knows that he's a weight or a scale of measure, but he is a scale of measure in order, and he is up front right now trying to get through and pick up lead.
Seeing the amount of energy he has here on the track, makes me wonder how many rice balls he actually eats in a day in order to earn that name.
That's a good question. I don't know how much he's involved in since he was being here in Japan.
I know last time he earned a lot of points under that name, so let's see if he does the same this time. You two, team captain from New Japan up there, just obstructing rice ball as best he can. Both go down in the process, but he is back up, misses rice ball. Both of them just pushing on front.
So, funny story. I don't know if anybody's catched it or caught it or not. Catched it. Well, look at my English.
Okay,
there was a star pass out there. You two handed off the star. You two had already received the star earlier and had a pivot slide on, a pivot cover on under the star. Shelby went star to pivot and there was still a pivot. It was kind of cool. Of course, the refs know to ignore that, and that is something that happens every now and then.
That's something that is not at all confusing.
No, it isn't. But as an announcer, when you watch the star pass and then see that there's still a pivot, it can't catch it.
Yeah, that's a great match there. Maybe you should get it.
I should announce. That's what I should do. I should get it
Right
announced.
now, so.
Slusher tripping over the big line as he gets into the back. That doesn't do anything for him. Honey Badger out of the way. And takes it.
Yeah, excellent blocking there, Tommy. Showing your hits, and talking about him earlier. Finally get to see that action, pushing the Japan blocker out on the outside.
You spoke too soon.
Well, I spoke in the moment. In the previous moment, or in the full moment after that, showing his smocks for an elbow.
He's usually joined by the Glenmore Roadhouse Jam. Plus the Bucks even have a seat for a cut on track penalty.
Looks like Naruto lost his helmet cover somewhere now, or took it this time.
You might have done that magical removal of helmet cover that magically lets you through the back sometimes.
Yeah,
That does work.
the free pass.
It's just the weirdest concept. You take out the helmet cover and then all of a sudden you're invisible. He looks tired.
I mean, it's hard not to be tired with his arm to hits, and it's kind of similar to what's been going. And he is undeterred, continuing to look for that line. It's like a triangle deep, I like to call it.
The tabletop of Glenmore Reservoir Dogs is definitely there. Now look, Fluster Club took a blocker position there to allow his team to come back, to absorb the jammer, to take up the space, so the jammer doesn't even have anywhere to run to get some momentum to get through the pack.
It's a very good tactical decision, especially when you have a lead as large as Glenmore had earlier.
And then Fluster dances left and right and gets out of the pack. Penalties issued out to MRDJ. 2 blockers in the box. That's going to make it a little easier for Fluster on this pass.
Yeah, when you are down two blockers, it kind of makes the Ninja Can tables a little bit more sparse.
Little discussion there on the penalty that was issued and removed. Of course, as Fluster got knocked out over there, it was a no pass, no penalty. He hadn't heard them say that and was issued a penalty and was not happy with the call, but it was reversed as he was unhappy. Not because he was.
Because it was a correct
Because that was the correct call. Exactly. And we're going to take a time out on Team Japan's side of the house. That'll give us a minute to reflect on things.
Yeah, I'm reflecting on what's
really actually the government of Canada because the army gave it to me. Uh-oh, this isn't gonna go well. Nobody fall off and die. Okay, I need a bigger, heavier flags. I'm gonna throw it out there like maple leaves in the fall. There you go. Whew. The maple does not fall far from the tree. Or something like that.
That sounds so poetic.
More flags. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna throw them at people's hands. I'm just gonna randomly throw them. You guys can fight over them. That would be more exciting. Or you can be polite and just say, thank you.
Or you could just ignore him and then he might get charged with some sort of littering.
Okay, here's 2. Fight. There we go. They're Velcro, so you can stick them on things. Don't fall over the railing. Oh, little track repair, that gives me some time to throw some more. Oh, that didn't work. Here, little humans.
It's an A for effort over there.
Jeez, I almost took that kid's eye out. From now on, everybody should wear safety goggles in these games.
You heard of third skill, folks. The Canadian flag also used as a weapon.
These are Canadian throwing ninja flags. Seriously. You can't throw them that high. Oh, geez. She's making a loud noise. I don't want to mess with her.
There we go.
I have more. There's still more to go. Speaking of which, more to do. What's happening in halftime? Who was here yesterday and watched the hip-hop dance? Yeah, they're up there again. They're going to be here again at halftime. That's pretty much the coolest halftime show I've seen in all my dirty time.
I really enjoyed it. That was What's Up with Penny. They were really incredible. It's like they got me pumped up for this thing.
It is awesome, and we are ready to go on this next jam. And it starts off with a star pass right off the bat from Team Japan. Now, Striker's not going to let anything come out of that. Not all about the jam and heads to the bench.
I think the only time you have to be really committed to that star pass would be if you think it's going to evade the enemy and the defense is far enough to stop you.
That's the key, is a star pass is great, but you need to stop the opposing jammer. You cannot let them get even close to out at the same time as your own jammer.
I mean, star passes are there for a variety of reasons, but versionary tactic is definitely one of them.
Okay, on the track, we've got Rice Ball
And Kabuki Mono for the Japan Rollers. Kabuki Mono really having a tough time up there against Shogi Hits and 52. That's definitely King Captain. Really showing stuff, drawing back and cut on. Kabuki Mono.
Rice Ball taking a big swing at you too. Hitting him hard, but not getting anywhere.
The old graffiti beat the designated alternate four. Glenmore's up there, trying to push him through, and he does eventually make it through, picking up lead jammer for Rice Ball.
As Graffiti Petey heads to the penalty box, where he has sent so many people this weekend.
The irony
There you go.
bittersweet.
Right? It's your turn to sit in the box. And Rice Ball through the back and will come out with 5 points.
Graffiti definitely a big contributor to him getting lead jammer, but he didn't get that time. He just posted right on through.
And Kabuki Mono sitting in the penalty box as a jammer will put Rice Ball out there on a power jam situation. Down to 2 blockers to help him out with this against the 4. There's that corner. Remember I told you that the line tricks everybody, and Rice Ball just got tricked by that line. That's because coming to the back trying to do a little offense.
It did let him get the team, one of his teammates back on, but it also increased the number of blockers for Japan as well.
Rice is going up a 4 big men's roller here with Japan blockers, but they all fall back to help their jammer through and allow Rice Ball out at the front, whilst not actually getting their jammer through. You two now taking the star pass and making it out back.
That's the tough part, actually, to sign.
And Fluster, taking the time allocated to him as the opposing jammer makes their way around the pack, calls off the jam before he can come in and make any damage.
It really comes back to Fluster's incredible game awareness here, looking for people in the box, looking for every single edge he can get, especially when he's in control of the game there as the jammer.
That is fact.
Looks like we've got Kabuki Mono lining up again for the
Strike it mean. And there for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. The Pebble Dogs almost only past the beginning. She's getting fouled in a second. Plus just that Kabuki Mono looks like he's got the...
Yeah, he found the line against Dev Null on the outside there. Pushes way through. I'm really hoping somebody is named because of his shorts. That definitely makes sense.
Shiny, sparkly, that is the case. You'll note when he removes his helmet cover, his helmet is equally as shiny as his shorts.
The Sparky made a couple two sparks, got a little hot, and head over to the penalty box for putting.
U2 doing some offense. Matt Piper making a hit. No, big hit, but unsuccessful on Kabuki Mono as Kabuki makes his way through.
Full 5 points.
Yeah.
You can see the intensity on Kabuki Mono's face, just a little tired, getting beat up.
If you look into my Facebook photos, there's photos of him with a full face makeup. And let me tell you, when he dresses up with his full face makeup, he looks even scarier than he did this day.
That would make sense to his namesake.
Sparky pushing and catching Moneybacker in a multiplayer block as they link their arms together.
We call that the Wizard of Oz in the officiating community. You can't have what's called an active link with somebody else.
And if it's challenged.
And challenge.
Challenge is key.
But that also includes the Wizard of Oz, where they link up like so.
Exactly. I believe we're going to see an extra 30 seconds on that. As that double penalty for Moneybacker. He stayed on the track instead of leaving immediately. As the whistles were kind of blowing, so I think he took his time and head ref mass did not enjoy that. So there you go, you're getting inside.
Always
Rice ball out of the bag first, and we'll have lead and we'll pass for the first 5 points in this game. Naruto out of the pack. Rice ball right in to the last blocker that's left on the track.
It's really been impressive. Rice ball jamming so far in this first half. He's able to find lines, navigate, but also knows when it's the right time to grind up against the opponent. Look.
Rice has a very clean skating technique. If you watch his position, I would equate it to almost Scald Eagle's technique if you ever watched her skate. It's very leaned in, smooth, and just gentle. He just works his way through, as of course that did not look gentle, but works his way through the pack strategically.
He knows where his center mass is, he knows how his momentum is working, and he knows when not to overdo it.
See, right there. Instead of pushing hard, he just juked around. He also juke skates. I watched him at the roller rink around their place. And you should see him. He's pretty good on his feet.
It's what I like to call the judo school of roller derby. Use your momentum to your advantage. Use your opponent's advantage.
Razor taking a big hit on Naruto, putting him out and going to bring him all the way back.
It's a really great strategy being employed by GLENMORE. Just draw it out, stretch it back as far as possible.
They are
cut as much time off as they can.
Now, of course, that technique we talked about earlier, jammer knocking out jammer. I mean, if he really wanted to, he could have taken him all the way back. Rice, of course, decided to carry him forward and go for some more points.
Well, you really think about it, Rice ball's been kind of the turn sometimes, especially when there are blockers in the box here. Rice ball just makes it that much easier to knock out those points, and you got to do that mental calculus. Can I get more points in the amount of time it's going to take to draw a cut back on the opponent?
Situational awareness. A lot of military people in here understand that term. It's a big thing. It's a big thing in derby. You know, it's awareness in general. But knowing where the opposing jammer is, who's ahead of what, when you're a blocker even, is key. Just knowing where everything is happening on the track will allow you to do what you need to do to get the points on the board.
There's also something I'm intrigued from called upset. You're broadcasting to everybody.
Yeah, I just told everybody about situational awareness. We're doomed. So on the track, situationally, cluster luck out of the pack first. We'll have lead way around into the pack once again.
And YouTube team captain for Independent Wolves right into that cut, drawn by number 73.
Matt Piper.
Matt Piper it is.
And that will put cluster luck on a situationally aware power track.
Well, not only that, but you also have another blocker down in the box for Independent. Leave the board guy taking a break there. Cluster Cluck making it easy going through there, picking up a full 5 points.
Communication with the team, key here. They'll go, they go. And now he is out there with just honey badger to deal with. No bridging happens. Pack falls apart. Cluster walks through. And Cluster going up against honey badger once again gets popped out. Honey badger cuts him down. The jam comes to an end.
You know, you're talking about that communication that Glenmore has, go. I'm sure these referees on the outside appreciate that go communication too, because they really got to pick up the pace on that outside to try and catch up with the speed of these teams.
That is true. Depending on the jammer, I'm sure the OPRs are loving it. The only time I've seen OPRs breathe more is when juniors are playing. If you've ever watched a junior game, those kids are fast. Some of those kids at level 3 are speed skaters, and the OPRs have one heck of a time keeping up with them.
Well, when you're raised, that's what you do. That is what you do, period.
Exactly. And Sparky Levine at the front pushing the Japanese blockers and stepping out, but not stepping out, getting a no pass, no penalty, and remains on the track, so he won't get lead, but he will get it from first.
Lee Jammer is definitely still on the table here for the Independent. He can call it off and try and get the lead game already. That's going to go for some more points.
Oh. Lee's not going to be on the table for any longer as Japan's Japan's jammer heads to the penalty box.
Yeah, tough break for Kukimoto there. Now this thing's going to go to its full turn. It's over.
And another no pass, no penalty for Sparky. He gets very lucky on that one where he almost stepped back in and picked up cutting the track penalty, but the blocker went down and saved him actually.
Saving races is what it's all about sometimes. Roller derby, 80% skill, a little bit luck. Getting lucky there, cannot argue with the results.
Sparky making his way through again for another scoring pass. One blocker to deal with. And he's through.
It's number 4, Macy Bordeaux really doing a great job of pushing against Sparky, but Sparky pushes right back and gets through on the inside, picking up 5 more points for Glenmore. Excellent blocking by him guys here in Japan. Going what I call the blood poke. Be careful you don't pick up a clockwise or a stop block.
Or even if you get too low, pick up a low block on one of those buttons.
Exactly.
That does happen. Sparky through once again, another 4 up on the board for him.
And it looks like Red Bull returns the pack from Japan, bringing both teams to their full 4 blockers and 1 jammer on the track.
Sparky leans in and gets around. We'll pick up 5 points as Sparky pulls the jammer on that. Jam comes to an end. A big 28-point jam for Sparky Levine. Score right now 152 to 37 for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. We have one more jam possible in this first half.
Sparky really showing us how it's done there on that last one. Just going through, scoring the points, finding the holes, and making sure his awareness keeps him out of the penalty box.
Couple iffy moments there where blockers went down and saved him from a cut track. But yes, he did definitely get 28 points on the jam.
We call this yellow light points.
And on the track we got Rice Ball going up against U2. U2 getting clipped by number 98. Show me your hands. U2 will pick up lead. However, Rice Ball and pause the live feed and watch our wonderful young dancers from What's Up Academy.